Y'all, new releases this week. I don't have my bearings, so we're just gonna go ahead and do it because we have a lot of things to release, and I'm sitting here trying to organize all this, and it's just not going to happen. We have Hobonichi stuff, we have new custom items, we have monthlies, we have Glossy kits, we have other items, we have new freebies, vinyls, all the things. There's so many things because I didn't do a release last week, and I didn't even release everything that I could have. I did not. Also, I am going to list, it will be up when this video is up, I just forgot to sample it, the first segment of the Hobonichi Cousin multicolor line. I will try and put like some video clips over this, but if I don't, it's on the website and I'll show you next week. So let's go ahead and get into this ginormous stack. We'll go over everything in the order that makes the most sense in my head. So first things first is I do have some new vinyls. These are clear, so they have like the clear backing, they're waterproof, etc. So we do have 3 from the collection for the 11 year. So you have this really cute book stack with a mug on top, and then there is this little pouch with some annotation supplies in it, as well as the back of a decorated Kindle. And then there is also a Galinda little vinyl, which is so stinking cute. This was highly requested, and the Glinda die cut has sold the most out of like any die cut. So we have that. The next thing that I have is something new, and it's going to be choose your own freebie. So currently we have choose your own 75, $150 and $300 freebie. It prompts you on the website, but I'm going to have it now that it will prompt you for an order freebie, so you get to pick your freebie. So there is going to be 5 books to choose from this month, and these are books that are coming out next month. And then I also will have a random freebie spot, so you can either pick one of these 5 books, or you could pick a random freebie, which would kind of be in like similar to what we did prior, which we would throw just a random freebie in there. So something new to try out. We'll see how it goes. Then let's get into the Glossy kits, and then we will get into the other things. So we do have 1, 2, 3 new Glossy kits, as well as a monthly kit. So let's go ahead and go over those. So we do have a monthly kit here. This is for July, and I thought this would be the perfect art. This art came, I believe, last year, and it's called Poolside. So perfect for the summer vibes. I love the July that is cut out. It's so cute. And this is on Glossy. You have your 2 pages of deco, and then you have your functional bits, as well as the full boxes for the sidebar. And that is the monthly kit. There is the add-on options, of course. So you do have the add-on options of the top bars, as well as the ombre heart checklist and the boxes, which are different colors than are in the kit, like a different color combination. So that is the monthly set. We also do have the add-ons for the mystery are available. They became available last week, but I just wanted to go ahead and remind you. And then we do, like I said, have 3 collections this week. The first 2 are very summer vibes, and then the last one is graduation. This one is called Heat Wave, which I definitely will be using this summer because it does get very hot in the Yeehaw, Texas. Very, very pretty colors. I feel like foil wise, you could go real wild and crazy with this one. I think like a gold hollow would be fun, or you could do a sparkly pink and orange. You could do even an aqua to bring in like all of the blues that are in there. I think that's the other color option. It's so stinking pretty. I'm obsessed. I love a bottom washi that's water. I just think it's so fun for the summer. And then for the freebie, you have the alternate skin tone box options for the ice cream cone there. Then we do have that one, of course, in a mini, and then I'll show you all the add-on options. We have the Doodle, as well as Doodle 2 functional, and then there is the FAM option. So we have all 6 of the FAMs here. And then there is the label, as well as label 2, ombre, as well as pattern. New is like solid, so I feel like these could be used more so as like underneath your bougie boxes, or you could use them as extra boxes if you want, but that was my idea. Most of them will just be like a solid color, but I thought the pool water would be really, really pretty for this one. And then all 6 of the scribblers, of course. So that's the first collection, and again, that is called Heat Wave. The second one is called Beach Picnic, so a little bit more of a subdued color palette compared to the last one, but still very fun and summery. I love the yellow and purple together. I think this is really, really pretty. I feel like I would use lavender hollow, or silver with this. I think that'd be so nice. I feel like lavender hollow would actually be probably the prettiest, but also like a pink to bring in the more pink tones in it, since the pink is not one of the main colors in the collection, but also lavender hollow because duh. And again, I love water bottom washi. It's my favorite thing ever. The skin tone options with the different hands there with the sweet treats. Obsessed. Love it. Love the fashion people in this one. Love the fruity drinks and treats in it as well. So you have the ultimate, the mini, as well as the doodle 1, the doodle 2, the functional, as well as all 6. All of the kits this week do have fam options, which is really fun. And these are so, so pretty. I love them. And then there is label as well as label 2 with that light blue. And then there is ombre and the pattern as well as the solid, which again, I did water because it just makes sense. I think that'll be gorgeous, fantastic, phenomenal, especially with like bubble overlays. Forget about it. And all 6 scribbler options. And again, that is Beach Picnic. And last but certainly not least is the newest art, and this is by Candace Jess, and this is Congrats Grad, which I'm actually going to use. Last week Theo graduated preschool, and they did it up way more than whenever Bennett like graduated preschool or even kindergarten, so I think this would be really fun to celebrate that. And I just think it is such a fun universal graduation set. I love the addition of the like blue toned pink. I think it is so fun, and I love this like school because I feel like this could definitely be like a university. I feel like it even looks kind of like Theo's school. So I feel like it's very, could be anything. I love the food board. I always love a good food board. I love blue and pink together. I feel like it's just fun and classic, especially the navy and this like color of pink definitely remind me of the good old planner days back in the day. And I love this box. I think that'd be so fun to do class of whatever on there. I think I'll figure out what Theo's like class of will be whenever he graduated high school. Graduates. Oh god, he didn't graduate high school yet. So ultimate kit, and then I do have the doodles, we have the functional, again we have the fam. This one doesn't have a tall box because you have a lot more options for the fams because you have the kids and then the adults or teens or whatever you may have. You have label 2 as well as label 3, and then of course just regular label, and then there is the ombre and the pattern boxes as well as the solid, and this is more normal of it being just like a regular solid color. And then we do also have the scribblers, of course. Now let's get into the other thing. So that's all of the glossy planner stickers. Everything else that I'm showing you is in matte. So I have 2 new custom items for y'all. So first things first is going to be a photo custom. So there are 3 different options as of right now for how your photos will be put in there. So there is photo custom 1, which is these boxes. So this is more of like a horizontal type way. If you wanted that turned the other way, just send the file that way. I'm just going to crop it however I think looks best. And then option number 2 is vertical, a little bit larger. I did a bunch for myself, and if they were too big, I just kind of like cut them out a little bit smaller, or if I wanted them in like a blobby shape or whatever, or I ripped them for some of them. It's a vibe. And then for number 3, I wanted some circles. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's the order of how you import them. This one is the only one that's really important because the 3 will be smaller. The rest of them, they're all the same size. So it doesn't really matter too much if I'm being honest with you. So that is going to be new. These are on matte paper, but I am actually going to offer a glossy upgrade on these if you want them in glossy. I will note that matte photos do print way more muted than the glossy ones do. So that is totally up to you. I like them both ways. Another thing that I wanted to offer, I do book club stickers for my local bookstore, and I thought it would be really cute to be able to offer them if you have a book club, and you can order them in quantities of 4. So I'll have like bundles of like 4 to like 20, and then you pick your book, and then I'll pick the spine and then this color based on that, and then I'll have a spot where you can put some text, like maybe your book club, but it has to obviously be short, or you can even do like February or whatever you want to do. Or if you just really want these for yourself and you want to pick up 4 of them, you can do that as well. But I thought it'd be cute because this is kind of the layout that I do for them. And yeah, so that's everything there. Then we do have the June reading challenge. I did do this one. It's yeah, it's actually showing pretty true to color now. So in a yellow, so this is the June SBC challenge. I've been doing my TBR and my vlogs using this. So sunny setting, over 400 pages, new release, wedding or party, bright color cover, and a friend's favorite. It's a nice little easy prompt, and I just put these like in the little review box and call it a day. Then I also have the Goodreads June 2025. So this is the top 9. I think it goes by how people have added it to like their lists. So here are some popular books that are coming out in June. Of course, we offer customs, so you can get any book that you would like. Then we'll move on to the rest of the journaling stickers. Let's go through the formats you know and love real quick, and then we'll talk about all of the things that we are adding to them to kind of focus on the Hobonichi cousin. So first things first is we'll start actually with June, because I feel like that would make a little bit more sense. So for June, I do have a collection here, and these 2 collections will be the last in this format. I'm not changing up too much, but I will be taking out this page. It's like our least ordered by a bazillion, and I am going to be switching it out and kind of moving things around. But this one and July will stay the same, and then also this is going to change a little bit too, but you'll see that whenever I come out with August. So first things first is we do have page 1 and 2. 2 usually has a little bit of the smaller deco, 1 has the larger version of the deco, and this is called Beach Day. 3, which has your ripped papers, your washi strips on page 4. Page 5 is your functional. Page 6 is your watercolor swatches. And then you have page 7, which is the arched sticker. And then page 8, which is the large sticker sheet with just the 1 sticker. Then there is month 1 for this one, which has the monthly functional items, as well as month 2, which has the June on there. So that is the first one. And then the second one here is pool size. So these do match collection wise the collections for the Erin Condren sized kits. So this is the larger deco, the smaller deco, the ripped papers, the washi, the functional page, the watercolor swatches, the arch sticker, as well as the larger sticker. And then we do also have the monthly functional along with the July header. So we have those, and then everything else is going to be a little bit new. So adding to these, I am going to be adding this sheet here. So this is going to be the cousin daily add-on. So this is going to be perfect if you use the Hobonichi cousin and if you use the daily section. So these strips go on the bottom, and then you have a selection of headers depending on what day of the week that you're using. So then you can maybe pick up whatever extras you need, or if you do maybe journaling, you want to use it for many weeks, you could even use the washi strips, you can use the full page sticker and kind of build your own bundle. But that's kind of where the like daily sheets are going to come into play, are going to be in here, and then they're going to be set up so you can kind of like pick and choose what you want to do. So again, you have the headers, and then you have the bottom washi section. So that's the first thing that we're going to be adding. The second thing that we're going to be adding, obviously I said the multicolor is coming. We are going to be adding Hobonichi monthly kits. So the monthly kit looks like this. I wanted to keep it really, really basic and like small for these sets, because I feel like that's kind of like the vibe is like more minimal, and then adding in other stickers or doodling or other text. So this is your monthly set, and I will do a little mock spread, or actually I probably could do like an actual spread, and this will be updated with the correct month on here. I don't know why I have it up January. It's going to say June, but you'll see that in the listing. So you have the headers for the days, and then you have these here, which you can either use as labels or you can use them to cover up the ones that are like red in the Hobonichi cousin. And then there is just a little box here. I was thinking of this being in the left corner with the little January underneath, but that means that you can also use it for other months as well. There's just a little selection of mini icons here because I had a little extra space, 4 boxes, bottom washi strip, as well as an arrow because again I had a little bit of room. And then add-on options wise, you are going to have a deco option that you can add on, as well as some narrow boxes that you can use either way. And these ones on the bottom do have the rounded corners, just so you know. The rest of them are squared corners. And what's cool about the Hobonichi cousin is you can use the weekly sets and the multicolor in your monthly as well. It's not like the Erin Condren where the size difference of width is different. So that's fun. That's cool. So that is the first monthly. And again, the January will be fixed on that. And then I also do have May just in case you wanted to back plan or use it for next year. So that's May with the add-on options. And then we also have July here. So there's July with, again, the add-on options. Then we have some weekly collections, which I'm actually going to be releasing this one next week. I don't know why that's in there. So let's go ahead and go through these. So we do have the art that came out this week. I timed it. It takes me about 5 minutes to whip this together once I have the kit already done. So as long as y'all like these stickers and they sell, I will continue doing them. So this is the weekly set. So you have the bottom washi. Again, you have the date covers. You have the sidebar weekly ombre, you have mini icons, you have this little section to cover up the like banner on the left that's a little bit more wide, some arrows, some full boxes, and then some strips. These ones on the bottom are rounded and these are squared, habit tracker and weekend banner. And then add-ons, there is the deco if you want to add it on. There is the narrow boxes. I did them in solid and pattern, and we'll see how they sell, because another option is I could do kind of like the mixed ones like this, but we will see. So I do have the beach picnic set, and then I do have the graduation set. So this is the art that came out again this week. That's the kit, and then the 3 different add-ons. Then I also do have heat wave here. And then the, again, 3 different add-ons. Able to do more add-ons. Some add-ons I was thinking of is doing arrows, mini icons. So I have this little sheet of mini icons coming out in black, but I was thinking it'd be cute to have ones in like the colors, even though you have the circle ones here. I was thinking about doing like date numbers to match, because I have these ones coming out, but ones that would match the set. So maybe doing like even an add-on that has maybe this, maybe some icons, maybe some arrows, or maybe even just these and arrows. Who knows? There's plenty of options. If you have any ideas, let me know. You could always email me. You could DM me, comment, whatever you'd like. And then last but not least is the 11-year art. I like formatted this set with this art, so I figured I would go ahead and release it. So we have Bookish Babe as well. And then, like I said, we do have a couple of other things that I formatted specifically for the sizing. So I formatted these. So this is the Cousin weekly daily numbers. So these fit really nicely on here, and they are square cut. You have black and then like a variety of like grays. And then we also do have number wise these, which go perfectly with the daily spreads. Let me go ahead and grab one of those to show you the size. And obviously you can use these in your journal otherwise, but here we go. So they are larger, but they'll fit perfectly on here, and they are, again, square cut in black. Another thing that I was thinking I could add to the multicolor as well. Then there is the mini icons, which are the same icons that are in the foil bundle, but just much, much, much smaller. And then also the Cousin weekly months, which would fit perfectly on the strip that is here. Fit really nicely on there if you want to put the month in on that as well. So that is everything for this week. There is a lot. We didn't have a release last week, but we are getting through those sale orders. We are going to have those done being printed and cut probably like when I'm filming this today or tomorrow, and then hopefully those orders will get filled this week or early next week, and then we will do this week's orders and probably start next week's orders the next week. So then we'll get back on regular schedule. So that is everything for this week. The pile's a little big to be throwing in here, but that is everything. I hope y'all like it. I'm just so excited, and yeah, I love you. Thank you for watching. Bye.